Hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey. Come on in the room, niece. Come on in. Come on in the room, niece. Hey, come on in, niece. I got some good news, niece. Come on in here, niece. Niece, hey girl, hey, hey boy, hey. I'm all fresh faced and shit, because it's Fine Nigga Friday. And I went and got my little lineup and shit. I know I look like I'm about 28, 29. Do I look 28, 29? Wicks Nola Candle. Yes, niece. Come on, send me some of that room spray. Hey girl, hey, hey boy, hey. Their website is shopwicksnolacandles.com. Is that right? That's one of my favorite candle companies. Of course, I still love Sydney's Candles as well, but they have a lot of other offerings, like their room sprays and things like that. Ooh, Tanny Joy gonna say, "Oh, you giving 38, 39? Oh, I can't get like 29, 32, something like that." Hey girl, hey, hey boy, hey. Come on in, niece. Come on in, share the video, niece. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you have not already subscribed to my channel. I know some of you be watching the videos and stuff and you have not subscribed. It doesn't cost you anything to hit the subscribe button, niece. Now stop being like that now. I talk about this all the time, how, we need to do a better job of supporting each other. It doesn't cost you anything to hit the subscribe button. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. I'm back on my little burner phone, quote unquote burner phone. I think the microphone was sitting on the little holder, so that's why you guys couldn't hear me. But you better believe I had called Apple today and pulled them right together. I had pulled them right together, niece. But listen, just before I hit the thank you, Stacey Michelle. She said I'm 44 and definitely giving 34, baby. I know that's right. But listen, right before I hit the live button, Stephanie, the realtor, she called me. Niece, they're going to fix everything, niece. Let me tell you something about Jesus. Let me tell you about Jesus. So she's about to send the proposal over now. They are going to go ahead and take over everything. They are going to own everything. Okay, let me tell you what was going on. So the house that I fell in love with, not the very first one that you guys saw on the live and stuff, not that one, but the one that you haven't seen yet. Now, niece, those of you that are on my Patreon, you are going to be able to see it when I go on Patreon. The next time I go over to that house, I'm going to take my camera so you guys can see it. The interior of the house. Now, this house has been renovated. It was built in 1960. The house was built in 1960. So they did a beautiful job of renovating the house. But then when I called in the inspector, amen, and I don't mean gadget, when I called in the home inspector, he found that there was some cracking. There were what they call stair step cracks. It looks just like a staircase going down the bricks. Now, this house was built in 1960, so the foundation is brick, right? So you can't huff and puff and blow my shit down. Amen. So anyway, there was some, but it's nothing to be worried about, right? Nothing to be concerned about, but it definitely needs to be repaired. And that needs to be prepared before the kid moves in. Amen. So what happened was the inspector saw that there was, these stair step bricks. So he suggested this company called Engineer Solutions of Georgia. So they came out, took a look, and they said, yeah, the house is definitely still settling. And so what they need to do is put these steel rods around the base of the house. Well, niece, $10,000 later. So they were trying to get me to pay for part of it. Tell me, well, can't he roll it into? No, bitch, I'm not rolling nothing into nothing. Now, see, the lesson here, niece, because I'm not just, see, you always try to tie in a lesson. Thank you very much, Travis, for the super chat. And those of you that sent something over here to the Cash App, amen. It ain't ding-a-ling-a-linging right now, but, I know your heart. There it is right there, the Cash App, niece. But I'm sharing this with you because there's a lesson in it all. Now, a part of me was just like, you know what? I really like this house. I can overlook it. And they told me that it wasn't something that I needed to prepare or, repair right away. They were like, there's something that you can do down the line, but life happens. What happens when the need comes or the time comes and you don't have the money to repair it? But then, just in terms of the principality, now that ain't no real word, but just in terms of the principle, it ain't my responsibility to take care of that. Amen. You should have taken care of the foundation when you beautified the house. Amen. You should have taken care of the structural things before you went into the interior. But see, the lesson here, niece, is to surrender. See, there was a part I couldn't even sleep some nights this week. Like last night, I didn't really sleep a whole lot because I woke up thinking about the house. I was just thinking like, oh my God, I really want this house. And, and you know how when you really want something or someone, because I know some of y'all be looking at somebody, a man or a woman, and you all anxious for them and you do too much too soon, huh? You call one too many times, huh? You call one too many times. You send one too many texts because you want him or her to know that you are really interested. But sometimes you got to sit back and do nothing. Sometimes you got to sit back and do nothing. Surrender it all. Sometimes you got to, when you've done all that you can do, niece, sometimes when you keep applying for that job or you keep applying for that school, sometimes you just got to sit back and you got to say, dear God, I've done all I know how to do. Show me what are the next best steps. That was what I said. I said, God, what are the next best steps? If this is the house for me, then Father, make it happen. You got to wait on God. Amen. But I'm going to tell you the other thing I did. I rode on over to the house yesterday in the middle of my errands and stuff. I drove past the house. I parked the car in the driveway. Come on, niece. I parked the car in the driveway. I walked around the house, niece. I circled the house and I prayed around that thing. I touched on it. I touched on the house. Come on, somebody. You don't hear me. I touched on it, niece. Now, I ain't going to tell y'all that I had already transferred my power. I had already called Georgia Power and say, yes, I'm going to need my service to be turned on over here on September 15th, please. Because, the closing date is September 14th. So I said, go ahead and set it up for September 15th. I didn't call the home security company, Vivint, Vivint. I don't know about no ADT, but I'm using Vivint. I called Vivint and I said, yeah, y'all going over there on the 15th as well. I called AT&T for my now listen, niece, we're gonna have fiber. We're gonna have fiber internet come Honda BBB. Yes, indeed, Donnell. Listen, we're gonna have fiber internet when we move over to the new home. Amen. We're gonna have fiber internet, so we shouldn't have no more problems with that tired ass Xfinity. We shouldn't have no more issues. Thank you, Tanny Joy. Thank you, Tanny Joy. Hey, niece. But listen, I went over there. I touched on the house. I walked around it. I imagined myself in the grass. There's a little creek that runs behind the house. I looked over down in the creek and I said a little prayer. Amen. And I said, dear God, if this is for me, I don't have to do anything else. Amen. They're going to come around. They're going to do what's right because this was their issue. They need to take care of that. But the reason that I'm sharing this with you as well, niece and nephews, is because sometimes we can want something so badly that we do more than we should. You don't hear me. You ain't picking up what I'm putting down. Sometimes we do more than we should. No, you don't need to do more than you're supposed to. Amen. Sometimes we do too much. Sometimes you just got to sit still. Sometimes you got to get in a corner and sit down somewhere. You got to know your worth. Amen. You got to know your worth, niece. Don't do too much. That ain't my responsibility. So anyway, I was looking for a few little bargaining chips, though. Amen. I was looking for a few little bargaining chips. And I said to myself, I said, self, because they're supposed to put a refrigerator in the house too. Amen. But remember, the work, the foundation work is $10,000. And so they were going to throw in a refrigerator. But then when this foundation thing came up, which I don't think they thought that we were smart enough to find out. Amen. See, sometimes you can't be cutting corners. See, let me explain something to you. There were two different home inspectors that I was going to use. One was $500 and the other one was $348. Now, which one do you think I wanted to go with? Now, which one do you think I almost went with. But see, there was a tugging in my spirit, niece. There was a tugging in my spirit. And that thing said, let me explain something. Don't you sit there and try to say that $152. Don't you try to save that $152. You better go ahead and spend that extra money with this man that you know is going to catch this thing. Amen. And so I said, Spirit, I'm going to go ahead and step out. I'm going to go ahead and step out. I'm going to go ahead and step out on faith and spend this extra 142, this extra 152. And I'm glad I did. Now that doesn't mean that the inspector that was $348, that doesn't mean he wasn't going to catch it. He may have caught it. He may have caught it, but he may not have known to tell me to contact Engineering Solutions of Georgia. But the other inspector did. The other inspector said, you need to call them. When I say them people came out to that house and they said, yeah, it's going to cost about 10 grand. I said, you come again? It's gonna be what? How much? See, let me explain something to you. See, you may not have the education. You may not have all of the money, but see, God will make room. He will make room for you. But see, you got to believe. I keep telling y'all, faith is a muscle that you got to exercise. You got to exercise that thing, niece. They looking at me like I'm crazy. Listen, it's something in my spirit. They looking at me in the car next door. I don't care. Cause this time next month, niece, I'm gonna be over in that house, niece. So anyway, I sure wish I had some bottled water in here, because that spirit sure is quickening through this car. That spirit is quickening through this car. Mind you, I done already started selling the furniture over at 227. I done already started selling the furniture. I said, now, you may have jumped the gun, Craig. You already selling furniture, and you can be sitting in here Indian style on this carpet that nobody could walk in on with their shoes. But see, that's the good thing about not having nobody walking there with the shoes on. I could have sat in there Indian style. Amen. I could have sat in there Indian style and it would have been okay. But I was almost sitting in there Indian style, right, with some folding chairs. I was about to be sitting in there in some folding chairs. Somebody said this cut is sitting. Thank you, niece. Thank you very much. But yeah, I had already started selling, because see, now, you know, I don't get into all that Bible stuff, niece. You know, I don't get into all that, but there are some things that are relevant. You got to speak things as though they already exist. Amen. I stepped out on faith. I started selling that furniture because I knew he was going to make a way. And so I just figured I'm going to go ahead and buy my own refrigerator, and they can go ahead and take care of that $10,000 work with the structure. Amen. Amen. You ain't got to get my refrigerator. You ain't got to get my refrigerator, niece. I get my own damn refrigerator. Now, y'all let me know if there's a sale on refrigerators. Y'all let me know if there's a sale on refrigerators. Amen. And I want a stainless steel. Amen. I want a stainless steel. I said you got to speak things as though they already exist, niece. I want a stainless steel refrigerator. Amen. Amen. But I'm so excited because I was so stressed. I wasn't really stressed out, but it definitely was on my mind. It was, listen, come on, somebody. Cheryl said, paid for your say, we'll pay for that refrigerator. Speaking of paid for your say, the link is scrolling across the bottom. Y'all say hello to Carlton's mother. That's Carlton's mother right there. We're going to this wine festival tomorrow that she's dragging us to. It's a wine festival tomorrow that we're going to. And so, you know, she done twisted my arm to go. But yeah, paid for your say. Paid for your say will definitely help pay for my refrigerator. I just got signed up for another survey. It's about shaving. It's for men and it's for shaving. I don't even have to leave my house. Amen. They send me all of the accoutrement in the mail. You only have to leave your house, niece. It's free money. And speaking of paid for your say, they said, hi, Carlton, Mom. They said, hi, hey, Mrs. Monica. But speaking of paid for your say, Kimberly, Dooley, and I have set up our very first live event. It's going to be March 25th. It's a Saturday. It's from 6 to 9 p.m. I'm having the flyer created as we speak. I will be posting that in the next couple of days. If you're going to be booking travel like my girl Bianca over there in Pennsauken, New Jersey, or like my boy Andrew over there in Chicago that are going to be flying down. We are really, really looking forward to seeing you guys. It's going to be, did I say March 25th? I meant August 25th. I'm sorry. It's September 25th. I'm messing up. It's September 25th, everybody. It's September 25th. That's a Saturday. So it's 1 month from this coming Wednesday. All right. It's September 25th in Atlanta. It's our very first live event. We are going to have food. Oh, thank you very much, Chop Ted Bear. Thank you very much for the super chat. But yeah, so it's going to be September 25th, but the details will be coming. I'm going to drop. Yes, it's September 25th. Thank you, Tracy, for putting that up there. And I will be dropping the link for you guys so that you can come to you will need a ticket to come to the event. So if you are not a member of Paid for Your Say, you will need to be a member of Paid for Your Say. Okay. You're going to need to be a member of Paid for Your Say. Look, y'all know these holidays are coming up. I'm about to scrape together my little Paid for Your Say money and get my stainless steel refrigerator. Hey, what's up? Leonard.
Did we need to tell you 15 minutes ahead of time?
Excuse me, I'm looking for parking. I'm about to pull in this valet.
We are standing in front of what valet down there?
Yeah.
There's a line?
I
see your vehicle.
Well, I had whipped past it first because, I'm cheap, so I wasn't trying to pay for valet, but I'm going to go ahead and turn back around.
He said he's trying to pay for some valet.
I was trying to park on the street for free. That's what I was trying to do.
I parked on the street. There is another parking spot by where I parked, but I don't know if it's available now. So please valet because we're about to pass out.
Okay, yeah, I'm about
Actually, to. It's an hour wait. Did you put reservations in?
No.
Okay, so it's an hour wait, so we might be finding somewhere else.
Okay, that's fine. There's plenty of places around here.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm pulling to the valet right now.
All right.
All right, bye. But yes, I'm gonna be scraping together my little Paid for Your Say money. Listen, y'all know the holidays are coming up. Y'all need to go ahead and sign up for Paid for Your Say. Also, Kimberly Dooley is going to be increasing her membership fee for Paid for Your Say after this event. The event is September 25th. After September 25th, she said she's taking it up to $200 to sign up because y'all making so much money. She said, listen. So if you need to get in there, you better get in there while it's $150. See, when it was $100, y'all were playing around. And then when it went to $150, y'all were emailing me and emailing her, do you think I can sign up for $100? I'm a single mother and I didn't really have, I really couldn't afford it at the time. But is it possible that you could just make an exception and, just let me get in there for, so I'm telling you now, it's going to go up to $200 on September 5th. 25th. It's going to go up to $200 on September 25th. All right. So listen, it's a one-time fee, niece. That's it. Let me get in here to this valet. So listen, you guys have an amazing weekend. I just wanted to come on here and say hello to you guys and tell you guys my excitement. And I appreciate all of your prayers, especially for me and for my mom, because she has been having a few challenges. So I appreciate your thoughtfulness and all of that stuff. Thank you again to Marcellus for sending Nan a little $20 to her Cash App today. I sent you an inbox message, but I just wanted to say it again in front of everybody else. But listen, you guys have an amazing, amazing weekend. All right. And I am going to give you some Patreon this weekend for sure. All right. Bye, y'all.